Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great by God's grace. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you don't miss any future notifications. Now, let's get down to it, because there's about to be trouble in the Brown household again. And this time, it's coming from the very last place anyone would have predicted. In a family already filled with twists and turns, no one expected Robyn Brown, the wife perennially considered Kody's favorite, would be at the center of a full-blown scandal. But here we are. Rumors had been circulating, and now they've reached full-on chaos. What went down? What did Robyn catch Robyn walking in on? And is this the moment the whole family finally implodes for good? Let's go back just a little. Robyn has consistently attempted to protect her children from the constant drama of the Brown family. As a part of the plural marriage, she's been painted both as the misunderstood outsider and at times master manipulator. Behind the emotional tears and soft-spoken platitudes, be assured Robyn is in charge at home. Her daughter Aurora, her oldest, has struggled to find her footing as an adult. And truthfully, who could blame her? The Brown family has been shaken by divorces, heartbreak, and even the devastating loss of Garrison Brown. Things have been tense for some time now. Meanwhile, Kody had largely disappeared from the lives of many of his children, but inexplicably, he began spending more time with Aurora recently. They'd be seen whispering to each other, taking long strolls, or having coffee in the kitchen. Kody always dismissed it as father-daughter bonding. But not everyone was convinced. Even Janelle raised an eyebrow. Nevertheless, Robyn stood up for him until she couldn't. It was a rainy Friday night in Flagstaff. Robyn returned home ahead of schedule from a late shoot. The producers had to close up because of a thunderstorm, so she sneakily slipped inside the house without disturbing anyone. She removed her shoes and went inside. That's when she heard something. Laughter? Not a chuckle, but that breathy, silly type of laughter. It was inside Aurora's room. The door was ajar. Interested, Robyn looked inside, and what she saw froze her in her tracks. Kody sat on Aurora's bed. His hand rested on hers. They were laughing at something on her phone. But what unsettled Robyn was what followed. Kody leaned forward and whispered something in Aurora's ear, something that made her giggle and blush. Then she leaned her head lightly on his shoulder. Robyn stood stock still. Her voice shook, almost low. What is going on here? The door burst open. There she stood, wide eyes, trembling lips, voice filled with disbelief. Kody sprang up as if he'd been caught red-handed in the cookie jar. Aurora went white. The room plunged into complete silence. Robyn, ease down, Kody stuttered. We were just what, Kody? Robyn snarled. Why were you in her room at midnight? Why were you holding her hand? Aurora attempted to reply, but her voice was shaky. It's not what it appears, Mom. We were merely having a conversation. Robyn was trembling now. She gazed at Kody, the man she had stuck with through thick and thin, and noticed something in his expression that she had never seen before. Shame. Behind closed doors. The following morning, Robyn barricaded herself in her bedroom. Below, Aurora was crying. Kody did not emerge from the guest room. Later in the day, taping began again. The producers figured this couldn't be put off. Although no interviews were set for the weekend, Janelle Christine, the tell-all host, was brought in a day early and quietly. The producers wanted to capture this moment, but they also wanted to keep it hidden for the time being. Robyn came in to sit before the camera. Cameras roll as Robyn speaks out. When the cameras came back on, Robyn's face told the whole story. Her eyes were swollen, her cheeks still flush with tears. With a soft fierceness, she said, I saw something that really unsettled me. I'm not saying anybody did anything against the law, but as a mom, I know when boundaries are being pushed. When asked outright if she thought Kody had formed inappropriate feelings for Aurora, Robyn didn't answer with an unequivocal yes or no. Instead, she responded with a heavy silence. Sometimes people get too comfortable with others, they probably shouldn't. Kody responds, and appears frayed. 2 days later, Kody responded. He looked frayed, disheveled, defensive, and visibly annoyed. The whole thing is ridiculous, he snapped. Manipulative, deeply unfair. He insisted Aurora was like a daughter to him. We talk. Sure, she shares things with me. She doesn't always tell her mom. That's normal, isn't it? But when the producer gently pressed him about why he was in her room at midnight, Kody faltered. I didn't realize it was that late, he said. We were watching a documentary on her laptop. That's all. Nothing happened. However, the episode didn't sit well with most. And past clips only brought more raised eyebrows. In one clip taped just weeks prior to the incident, Kody and Aurora are out shopping together, the two of them alone. At one point, Aurora speaks in a hushed voice. He's the only one who really gets me. The family reacts. Christine was the first to speak out publicly. She didn't throw fingers. She did make her position known. This isn't about what did or did not happen. It's about what it looks like. And Robyn is finally seeing what the rest of us have been shouting for years. Kody doesn't respect boundaries. Janelle did not hold back either. He cut us off from our children for years. And now he's doing something weird with Robyn's daughter. No, that's not acceptable. Mary played things low-key, but cutting. She shared a cryptic quote on Instagram that many felt was a dig at Kody. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Aurora breaks her silence weeks afterward. Aurora eventually sat for her own confession. Her voice shook as she attempted to clarify her side. My dad, Kody, and I were close. Possibly too close for others, but it's never come across as bad to me. He hears me out, and that's something that I desperately needed. She swiped at tears before continuing. I didn't mean to create all of this drama. I just wanted someone who made me feel safe. But on the internet, fans were not buying it. One comment captured the mood flooding social media. Rora's too old for late-night daddy-daughter talks like that. Robyn's finally getting a taste of what the other wives endured. Another fan posted bluntly, Kody's crossing serious lines again. Fallout, a family in pieces. The gossip followed fast on its heels. Whispers swirled that Robyn had kicked Kody out of her home. He was reportedly spotted staying at a hotel not far from their Flagstaff neighborhood for over 2 weeks. While the production team tried to keep it under wraps, leaked footage showed the couple in a heated argument right outside Robyn's house. Kody's voice rose, shaking with frustration. You're twisting everything, you're tearing this family apart over nothing. Robyn fired back, just as loud. You already destroyed it. Neighbors later claimed that police were called to calm things down. No one was arrested, but the tension was impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, Aurora reportedly left town for a while, staying with a friend in Tucson to focus on her mental health. The church weighs in as the drama spilled beyond the family. Even voices from Kody's former religious community began to chime in. A retired FLDS counselor offered this sobering perspective. Even if nothing physical occurred, the emotional enmeshment between an adult daughter and a stepfather can be spiritually dangerous. Kody was quickly removed from a conservative family values podcast, on which he was to appear in September. Even Robyn's own family started distancing themselves. One of her brothers reportedly missed Truly's birthday party after he heard Kody was coming. A marriage in shambles by the end of summer, it was apparent Kody and Robyn were leading parallel lives. Robyn had returned to therapy. Kody, meanwhile, attempted to reconnect with his sons, the very same sons he'd ignored for years. But it was too little, too late. Aurora refused to return for further filming on the season. Robyn went so far as to ask producers to blur her daughter's face in any other scenes. And one last shot in the season 19 teaser of Sister Wives stings. Robyn, hooded in black, tears streaming down her face. I can't do this anymore, she whispers. A wife in tears, and a family on the brink. As the camera remained on her, Robyn disintegrated in full. I feel betrayed. By everyone. She wept, her voice breaking with anguish. Even by my own husband. Now, depending on whom you ask, this may not be criminal. And perhaps it isn't even scandalous, if you take Kody's story. But in a broken polygamist household, where faith has already been stretched thin, and emotional boundaries have been erased for years, it's a time bomb waiting to explode. Robyn spent over a decade defending Kody from critics, fans, and even her fellow sister wives. But now, she's the one asking hard questions about his behavior, his intentions, even his heart. As Sister Wives Season 19 marches toward its dramatic tell-all finale, fans are left wondering, will Robyn finally walk away? Will Aurora speak out again? And what really happened that night behind the half-open bedroom door? The lawsuit showdown. Janelle and Mary prepare to sue Kody. Again, just when you thought the dust was going to settle, come more shocking news. Janelle and Mary are getting ready to sue Kody Brown. Again, this time it's not love, it's land. That once hailed vision of a cohesive Brown family is now coming apart, not only in emotional turmoil, but in lawsuits and land disputes. And at its core, Coyote Pass. What was once the family's promised land is now a symbol of betrayal. Years earlier, the Browns rooted out their lives in Las Vegas and relocated to Flagstaff, Arizona, all for the sake of creating a joint family compound on that land. Every wife, Robyn, Janelle, Christine, and Mary, put money toward its purchase. There was just one problem. Kody demanded that the land be titled in such a manner that he would have complete majority control. Janelle and Mary complied. After all, they'd been spiritually wed to him for decades. They had faith in him. But today, Christine has departed. Janelle is done. Mary is gone. Only Robyn is left. And yet, Kody still maintains ownership of Coyote Pass. So the question on everyone's mind is, why won't he return it? Who owns what? The complicated web of Coyote Pass. In this season's confessionals, Janelle let loose. I invested more than $100,000 in that property, she said to producers. And now Kody's acting like it's his. No, absolutely not. Legal records from previous seasons verify that all the wives had some ownership. Some were co-owners on paper. But once Christine departed, how Cody and Robyn supposedly managed the land's paperwork raised a bunch of red flags. According to one source close to production, Kody began quietly making moves, refinancing, shifting names around, even discussing the possibility of selling parts of Coyote Pass, without ever telling Mary or Janelle. That's when things took a serious turn. First signs of a legal fight months ago, Janelle warned Kody that if he didn't start honoring their verbal agreements, she might get lawyers involved. At the time, Kody brushed her off. She's just emotional, he said to the cameras. This is family. We don't sue each other. But that didn't sit right with Mary. He's always bringing up family when it suits him, she said angrily. But the moment we push back, all of a sudden we're being dramatic. As per leaked details, Janelle and Mary quietly retained a legal advisor early in summer 2025. Now news reports that they are getting set to file a civil lawsuit to reclaim their just deserts of Coyote Pass. Additionally, damages for their monetary investment in the land. Inside the lawsuit, what Janelle and Mary are really after. So, what did Janelle and Mary hope to get out of this legal fight, anyway? First, they want the ownership rights, to which they claim they are entitled. Both women are seeking to have the deeds to the Coyote Pass property adjusted to show their true monetary contributions. And if Kody refuses to give them their fair share, then they demand that he buy them out at fair market value. Second, they're seeking reimbursement. Inside sources say Mary contributed more than $80,000, and Janelle over $100,000, most of it from the proceeds of her Las Vegas house. And third, their lawyers are investigating something a little more out there. Whether emotional and financial harm might be included in the case. There's been no shortage of on-camera moments over the years. After all, of Kody minimizing their efforts, sweeping aside their worries, even ridiculing their sacrifices, that their attorneys say might suggest manipulation. Cody and Robyn dig in. It's ours now. In more recent production, Kody has made his position painfully obvious. He has no desire to return anything to Janelle or Mary. They walked away, he said. They left the marriage. You don't get to walk out and still claim the family assets. Robyn repeated that same cold thinking. If they wanted to keep their land, they should have stayed. We're the only ones still trying to hold this family together. But fans, they aren't buying it. As one comment put it, Kody didn't walk away from Christine, he drove her away. And as for Mary and Janelle, viewers have seen firsthand just how long they were emotionally and spiritually abandoned by Kody. Long before they ever left. Christine speaks up. You better lawyer up. Christine, who knows the price of walking away from Kody all too well, was one of the first to speak up. Kody used that land to control us, she bluntly declared. If I were Janelle and Mary, I'd sue him twice. She also broke with something revealing. When she walked out of the marriage, she was cautioned not to make too big a fuss about it. Why? Because Kody could punish her financially. Now, as she watches her fellow former sister wives stand their ground, Christine says she's willing to do more than just cheer them on from the sidelines. If they need a witness, I'll be there, she said firmly. Public opinion turns hard against Kody across social media. Reddit threads, Facebook groups, fan forums. The tide has turned. The support for Janelle and Mary is overwhelming. One popular fan comment read, "How dare Kody think he constructed Coyote Pass with his two hands? He hasn't worked in years." Another fan joined in. "Janelle actually lived in an RV on that land. Now he claims she doesn't deserve it." And quite possibly the most repeated sentiment of all, Team Janelle and Mary all the way. Cody and Robyn are perfect for each other. Even TLC producers, realizing how large this tale has grown, are reportedly editing segments of season 19 to play up the lawsuit intrigue. The video and paper trail are too tempting to resist. Can they even win? While spiritual marriages may not carry much weight in court, property agreements most certainly do. And that is where Janelle and Mary are constructing their case. Their lawyers are piling up evidence: bank transfers, ancient checks, emails, text messages, even oral agreements recorded on video. Experts who track Arizona property law say the women could have a strong case if they have solid written evidence of what they brought to the table. A coercive buyout or judicial partition of the land isn't merely a possibility, it could be probable. Bottom line, Kody might be forced to shell out or forfeit Coyote Pass entirely. Robyn's breaking point: "I didn't sign up for lawsuits." As the lawsuit heats up, Robyn is apparently at her breaking point. According to a close family source, she's spent. Robyn believed being the sole wife remaining would be peaceful. Now she's fighting with the rest of them, and her kids are paying the price. In one future tell-all moment, Robyn is overcome with emotion. "Weeping we gave our hearts. Now they're trying to take our home." But sympathy is wearing thin. For years, fans have watched Robyn enjoy the spoils of Kody's favoritism, frequently playing the victim. Her tearful breakdowns, once heartfelt, now feel phony to many fans. As one posting said, "You can't cry foul when you've been living like royalty, while the others were scraping by." What are Janelle and Mary really suing for? At the heart of this growing legal battle lies a simple question: what did Janelle and Mary want? The solution is rather straightforward. They're not demanding something lavish, they simply desire what is just. Both women want the law to affirm their contributions financially to Coyote Pass, the family land Kody never so much as built upon. What does this look like in action? They want either their share of the property legally according to right, deeds that represent what they put in, or for Kody to purchase them out at fair market value. And we're not talking about pocket money here. Sources indicate Mary contributed over $80,000, and Janelle over $100,000, all paid out of their own pockets, with much of the money coming from the sale of her Las Vegas house. They also need to be repaid for those earlier investments. Simple as that. Now this is where it gets a little trickier. Their lawyers are exploring the possibility that emotional harm could be an issue as well. It's uncommon but not rare. Kody's manipulation, emotional abandonment and gaslighting that occurred not only behind closed doors but also on national television could bolster their case. Kody and Robyn's defense: "They left. It's ours now." Kody and Robyn, however, are holding firm. In recently shot scenes, Kody downright refused to give Janelle or Mary anything. His was blunt: "They walked away. They left the marriage. You don't get to walk out and still claim the family assets." Robyn voiced the same opinion. In her eyes, they're the only ones continuing to keep the family together, and everybody who left lost their claim to the property. But the fans aren't convinced. The reality is, Kody didn't simply release Christine from his life, he pushed her away. The emotional and spiritual abandonment of Janelle and Mary has been chronicled, year after year, right under the noses of the audience. Christine weighs in. You better lawyer up. Christine, who experienced her own bitter departure from the family, hasn't remained quiet. She spoke out in solidarity with Janelle and Mary's cause, stating, "Kody weaponized that land to control us. If I were Janelle and Mary, I'd take him to court twice." Christine even shared that when she left, she was warned not to stir the pot, or Kody would retaliate financially. But now, watching her former sister wives stand up for themselves, Christine says she's ready to take the stand for them. If it comes to that, I'll be there. Fans take sides. And Kody's losing social media exploded with support for Janelle and Mary. Reddit threads, comment sections and fan pages lit up. How dare Kody act like he constructed Coyote Pass with his own two hands? He hasn't worked in years. Janelle actually lived in an RV on that property. Now he claims she doesn't deserve it. Cody and Robyn deserve to be together. Team Janelle and Mary all the way. The backlash has been so harsh. TLC is even re-editing season 19 to highlight the lawsuit plotline. The drama, in short, is just too real to deny. Do they have a chance at winning? Although spiritual marriages may not be legally binding, money is. And Janelle and Mary have receipts. Literally. Their lawyers are gathering bank transfers, checks, emails, and text messages. Even verbal agreements caught on camera. Legal analysts who are familiar with Arizona property law tell us that this might be sufficient to compel Kody to either buy them out or split the land in half. Either way, Kody will soon no longer have sole ownership of Coyote Pass. Robyn's breaking point. I didn't sign up for lawsuits. Robyn, on the other hand, is reported to be having a tough time. Sources close to the family confirm that she's tired of all the bickering. Her aspiration was to live in harmony with Kody after all the others abandoned her. Instead, she's now in the middle of a legal battle. In a preview for the coming tell-all, Robyn gets teary-eyed, crying, "We gave our hearts. Now they're trying to take our home." But sympathy is not abundant. Through the years, Robyn's history of favoritism and passive-aggressive behavior have forged her into a polarizing figure. And now that consequences come knocking, even her tears are unable to protect her from the repercussion. The moment everything changed in a heated, never-aired scene from season 19. We see Mary across from Kody at what should have been a tranquil family dinner, but the atmosphere is charged. She gazes at him hopefully. "I still think we can have something if you would only try," she says softly. Kody doesn't even blink. He shrugs and responds, "You should have left years ago, Mary." She stops, clearly shocked, holding back tears. Do you not love me at all?" she asks. Kody's reply is frigid. "No, I don't." That moment broke Mary. Off camera, she explained to producers, "That was it. I'm not a punching bag. I'm not furniture. I'm a woman and I deserve love." And with that, she promised herself, "I will never go back." The Instagram bombshell soon after, Mary posted on Instagram and shared what fans have nicknamed the Freedom Post. She was alone in a field, wind blowing through her hair, a confident yet reserved look on her face. The caption said, "You only can break a heart so many times, and it turns to stone. I devoted 30 years to a man who never desired me. I'm finished, I'm free, and I will never return." Fans flocked to her defense. Comments poured in, "You're the strongest of them all, Mary. He never deserved you. We're so proud of your growth." And on television, she held her ground. "This isn't revenge," she said to the cameras. "This is survival. I won't go back to a person who treated me like nothing for years." Kody fires back. Kody, though, didn't take very kindly to Mary's blog post. In an exclusive tell-all interview, he shot back with his typical defensiveness. "Mary checked out ages ago," he informed. "She's just playing the victim now. Truth is, she's been bitter since Christine left." He then added, "I never asked her to stay. I don't want her back. She held on to a fantasy." But longtime viewers weren't fooling around. After all those years of seeing Mary silently plead for love, while Kody pursued Robyn and rejected the rest, fans weren't impressed. They recognized Mary's hurt, and they recognized Kody's callousness. Robyn's reaction, the tears again. And naturally, Robyn weighed in, with tears. "Naturally, I never made Kody stop loving Mary," she maintained. "But if Mary was genuinely trying, she would have bonded better with me and the kids." But the video evidence over the years contradicts this. As Robyn protested her innocence, she tended to be right in the foreground, presenting herself as Kody's favorite, the queen bee of the family. And Mary, her longtime confidant, was gradually edged out of the inner circle. Even Robyn's daughter Aurora, once a sad truth revealed, one of the kids' remarks hurt and lingered among fans. "Mom says don't bother Mary because she's sad all the time." But here's the thing, nobody ever asked why Mary was sad. Now, the truth is out. Christine and Janelle. Stand by her. Janelle and Christine, now entirely independent and doing wonderfully, stood up proudly for Mary when she broke free. "She waited far too long," Christine said. but I am so proud of her. She finally chose herself. Janelle chimed in. It's not easy to leave a spiritual marriage, especially when you were the first. Mary was Kody's first love, but he treated her like a footnote. In private, Janelle and Mary have grown closer than ever. They're even organizing a women's retreat together in Sedona. Sister Wives isn't about Kody anymore, Janelle explained. It's about us, and we're reclaiming our power. Mary's new beginning. Since cutting ties with Kody, Mary has been busy building a new life on her own terms. She's thrown herself into her bed and breakfast business in Utah, started doing speaking engagements, where she talks openly about spiritual abuse, and is working on a memoir titled Unseen: My Life in the Shadows of Polygamy. She's also been spotted dating casually, and she's open to love again. As she puts it, I'm not broken, I'm just beginning again. In one moving scene, Mary walks through a canyon trail in Utah, looking out at the red rock cliffs and open sky. She tells the producers, "This is my land, my life, my second chance." Public reaction. Team Mary. The internet blew up with support. Team Mary was trending. Comment sections overflowing with encouragement and love. Mary deserves more. She finally found her voice. So proud of her strength. Podcasts and blogs covered her story. Headlines rolled off the presses in top tabloids. Mary Brown breaks free. 30 years of neglect ends with one word. No? And finally, Mary was smiling. Really smiling. You could see the serenity in her eyes. Will she ever go back? Producers posed the big question on set. Is there any part of you that still hopes for reconciliation? Mary did not hesitate. Not one cell in my body desires that existence anymore, she said. He took my youth, he won't have my future. Next came the line that punched viewers in the gut. Some stories don't get a happy ending. They just get an ending. And sometimes that's the best gift. The end of the first wife's story. Mary's promise never to come back isn't only about leaving Kody behind. It's about finally releasing the fantasy that she ever really counted for something to him. For years, she was the faithful wife, the quiet one, the one who held on, hoping against hope. But that Mary is no longer. She's no longer the woman sitting and waiting on the porch or the ringing phone. She's not the one sobbing in her room while Robyn collects the rings, the praise, the whispered vows. Mary Brown is finished. And in walking out, head held high, she might have emerged the strongest sister wife of them all.